Hey, so these are the problems 17 through 20 for the chapter 3 getting ready assignment. And on these, they want us to graph the inequalities. Um, the difference with inequalities, instead of equal signs between the two parts of the equation, they have these things called inequality symbols, like less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So we're going to have to shade a certain part of the graph, either the top or the bottom of the graph. And I'm going to show you how to do that. The first step that I would do is, okay, first of all, you have two different types of equations. You have linear equations like 17 and 19, and then you also have absolute value equations like 18 and 20. Now the linear equations, you're going to put the equation in this form right here, the slope-intercept form. So look at that, slope-intercept form looks like that. And for the absolute value equation, look at this. It's in the absolute general form. You want to try to get the equation to look like that. And once it looks like that, then you can use certain things that you know about the equation to be able to graph it very quickly. Okay, so let's look at 17. And when you see it, you can first see that it's not in slope-intercept form. It's a linear equation, but it's not in slope-intercept form yet. First thing that you need to do is divide by 4 on both sides. So on the left-hand side, the 4's cancel out, and you just have y is less than or equal to 24 divided by 4, that's 6x. Okay, so now it's in slope-intercept form. Now we can use certain information that we know about slope-intercept form in order to graph this. The b is the y-intercept, and the m is the slope. The first thing to do is graph the y-intercept. In our case, we actually don't have a y-intercept. There's no number there. So that means that the y-intercept is at 0, 0. So my first point I would put at 0, 0. Now we go over here and look at the slope. So in our case, the slope is 6. That means we go up 6 over 1. So if I drew little tick marks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then drew one down here. So the second point, you need 2 points to graph a line. You go up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1. Put the dot there. And then now, since you have 2 points, you can just draw your line between the two. Oh, I forgot something. Let's back it up a little bit. Okay, so the first step is to put your dots. But the second step is to figure out if it's a dashed line or a solid. So I'm going to say dashed or solid. Now how you know that is if the symbol that's right here, if that is one of these are solid lines. If it was one of these, the less than or greater than symbol, these are dashed lines. So since it is one of the less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, we're going to put a solid line through all this. Okay, so we're almost there. So now the part that you need to think about is, do we need to shade on the left side or the right side of the graph? And how you find that out is you take a test point. Let's say, unfortunately, 0, 0 is taken up by the line. So we need to go either to the right or left of it. So let's use this one right here, 1, 0. So we're going to use the test point 1, 0 and put that back into our equation. So the y value is 0, is less than or equal to 6 times 1. So we put that coordinate back into the equation. Hopefully you understand what just happened there. Then you just simplify this. Negative 0 is less than or equal to 6. Is that true? That is true. So that's true. So that means that we graph on the side of our test point, which in our case would be this side. So I would shade that side. Okay, so that is number 17. Make sure to get some help if you don't understand that. Rewatch some parts of this video, ask a friend. I'm going to do an inequality also, so like number 18 here. Let me erase some stuff. Alright, so for 18, it is y is greater than or equal to 2 times the absolute value of x minus 1.5. Now, the first step is to find the vertex for this equation. The vertex is, if you look over at general form here, the vertex is the h value and the k value. So the h value for us is, let me make our coordinate here. So the h value for us is 1.5. So you do the opposite, you know, it's negative 1.5 here, so you do positive 1.5 in the parentheses. And our y value is, we don't have a k, so our y value is 0. So on your graph, you want to go over here and, let's see, it's 1.50, so we go 1, 2. So we know that the vertex is in between 1 and 2, so you draw a dot there. Okay, so the absolute value graph is a V shape. So we need to find 2 other points. And how you find those 2 other points, listen to this, is you use the kind of, I call it the slope of the absolute value. And the slope is, check this out, is the a part of this equation. So the a part of our equation is this 2 right here. So that means we go 2 over 1, which is 2 up, and then 1 over. So I'm going to draw some tick marks here. So we go up 2, 1, 2, over 1. So we have a dot right there. And then we go up 2, over 1 to the right. Put a dot there. So cool, we got our dots. Now the third step, listen to this, is we just need to figure out if it's dashed or solid. From the previous question, we know that the less than or greater than is the dashed lines, and the less than or equal to or greater than equal to is the solid. So in our case, what do we have? Look at our problem. It is one of the greater than or equal to. So this is going to be a solid line going through these dots here. Okay, awesome. So we have our graph. The final step is to take care of the inequality part of it. So we need to figure out which side to shade. And we do that by using a test point. 0, 0 is available, so let's just use that. So I'm going to take our equation here and put 0, 0 in there. So we got 0 is greater than or equal to 2 times the absolute value of 0 minus 1.5. 0 is greater than or equal to 2 times absolute value of 0 minus 1.5 is just negative 1.5. And then the absolute value of negative 1.5, remember, turns into a positive. So that is 2 times 1.5. And is 0 greater than some positive number? This would be 3. So that's false. So that means that we shade on the part opposite of our test point. So if our test point was 0, 0, then that means that we shade on the inside. Okay, hopefully you got that. If you don't, Please ask somebody, get some help, make sure that you understand this, and you'll get super, super smarter. Okay, and we got the next part is 21 through 23, so go check out those videos.